Hello and welcome back to the channel. My name is Drew and this is the Just a Guy Linux YouTube channel. I wanted to take an opportunity to thank all of you that have been watching and leaving comments on the videos, as well as those that have been subscribing to the channel. It's been really fantastic, and the community has really been gracious to me. So thank you very much. Today we are I want to say ricing, but we're basically customizing our XFCE desktop environment. It is a vanilla XFCE, so what we did in the past video was we installed XFCE on top of Debian testing by using a shell script that I wrote. And what we're doing today is I want to take a brief second and go to Distro Watch and talk about MX Linux for a second, because this is kind of like, as it being the most popular, like I say, it's popularity 1. This is the most popular distribution on DistroWatch, which is great for all the Debian community, especially because this is a distribution that's built on Debian stable and uses the XFCE desktop as its flagship desktop environment. It is a great distribution. I want to go ahead and show a couple things that we might need. So this area here is what this is. This is the horizontal bar, and this would be called the desk bar. Okay. We do have the MX Linux has a pre-installed what is called Network Manager Applet, and we'll install that in a minute. It also has Clipit that's put into the system tray, and so these are things we might want to include as well. So let me go back here, and I want to let's go ahead and go to Workspace 1. So that's what these up here are: Workspace 1, 2, 3, and 4. And the way you can move each application to different workspace is by picking up and dragging. So right then I just moved the entire Firefox browser to Workspace 1. Another way you can do that is to right click on the title bar, and then it says move to Workspace 4, for example. Okay? And we can follow it by going to Workspace 4, and we can go, and all of a sudden when I went to the right, it goes all the way to Workspace 1. Okay, so that's something that, you know, that if you don't know that's there, it is. So let's go ahead, and I'm going to go and just leave this here on Workspace 1 and go to Workspace 2 so I have a nice clean palette to work on. All right. And I'm going to go ahead and right click on the open space and click on desktop settings. Okay. And then I want to see this icons in this area right here. Those are, you don't have to have those. And so the best way to go ahead and remove them is to not delete, but to come over to default icons in the desktop settings and click these off. Now I do like having this removable on. You don't have to, okay? You don't have to have it on, but you know, let's just say you do. I'm going to leave it there for now, okay? And we can also go ahead and change our background. Now these are the default Debian backgrounds. So what I did was I'm going to go ahead and open up Thunar, which is the file manager. And notice that I have the hidden files selected on, okay? And that's because I put a folder with my background images in the config, the .config directory. Now you don't have to put it there. In fact, I think probably more people put it in the pictures directory. I just happen to put it somewhere that I don't look at or don't change very often. So I put it in the .config and then pick on, there's the background images. So in order to get that, I'm going to go to Other, and I'm going to Home, Config, and backgrounds and click on open. Okay. And so while I'm here, I can pick any of these. These are some of my Arch Linux backgrounds, but I want to go ahead and just pick something simple like that and click close. Okay. So what we need to do is we need to install something for the network manager and the network applet that goes in the tray. You don't have to, but this is something I would do simply because if you want, especially if you're on wireless, you need something that can like handle moving it to a different wireless node. So I'm going to go and open up my terminal here, okay? And I'm going to go ahead and edit this a little bit. So I'm going to go to Preferences. And while I'm doing this, I want to click on a cursor shape and make it underline. This is personal preferences a bit as well. So I want to disable the scroll. And as I go to Appearance, I'm going to click off Menu Bar for new windows. And colors, I'm going to use the theme for text and background for now. Okay. Now it's going to show. Maybe let me do that later because I want to be able to show you. And let me go ahead and bump this up a little bit. That way you don't have to strain your eyes. Okay. That should be good enough, right? All right. So what I want to do is go back over here. So what is the name of the network manager? And a lot of times you might know it, but if you don't know it, we're going to go over to the Debian packages. And since this is testing, if I did a search for network manager or GNOME network manager, this page would come up, okay? And it would show, and right now it has which distributions are it's available in. So Bullseye is what, and Bookworm is what we are in. We're using Bookworm. And so I know that this is the name of what I need to install. So let's go over and say sudo apt install network manager gnome. Okay. And let's authenticate. And there you go. So it's not showing up. And the reason why is because it needs to restart or log out. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and log out. And let's log back in. And there you go. Right here is where the network manager is. So if I click on that, it will show my Wi-Fi networks, and I can also change if there is a change in wired connection. Okay, so that's one thing. So let's go and talk about this part of the menu bar, or the panel, I should say. This is panel 1. Applications, for example, are not something that can be is something that you should not remove, but you can remove it. And in this case, I'm going to the panel preferences, okay, and the items in the panel. Now, this application menu is kind of outdated, so what we need to do is replace it with one that's called Whisker Menu. Okay, so I'm going to go to Add Whisker Menu and click on OK and Add. Now, it put it in this very, it put it in the wrong spot, basically. It put it in the very last slot. And when I click on this, I can move it all the way to the front. And since I have a menu now, I can go ahead and remove this application menu because the Whisker menu is superior. It's just the way it is. Okay? Because I can actually do something that I could not do with the with the other start menu, and that is search. Like if you wanted to go to Firefox, there it is. You know, so you don't have to go. You know, having a search is really, really good. Okay, so how do I want to configure this? All right, there's many ways to do this, and so what I want to do is I want to go to Properties. All right. And most people will either, you know, like if I click on Show as Icons, it shows the icons. If I say Show as Tree, you know, it shows as tree. Sometimes people will do this. I'm going to say Show as List, all right, and then I'm going to go ahead and put on Smaller, and I'm going to Behavior and show all the applications. So, and then I can go all the way and move this all the way down to the bottom. So it shows everything. And so you know, if I type in Firefox, you know, there it is. Sometimes people like it this way. If you like it, you know, this is one way to do it for sure. So I'm going to go to go here and then go to Edit. Oh man, what's going on? Oh, there we go, because it's already open. There we go, sorry. All right. A lot of times you want to do this, you want to switch by categories by hovering. If you want favorites, if you want to go back to that, you can do that. So that way, if you know, are hovering over these, it's there for you. As far as appearance goes, you can say position categories next to the panel if you want it, which would mean that these are on this side now. If you don't want that, it's on this side. It's all personal preference. So this is how you would edit that. And there's no real, like, there's no wrong answer here, okay? So let's go ahead and I'm going to go with, I think I'll just leave it the way it is for right now. But I kind of like it all the way down to the bottom. But this is, again, these are personal preference things, so have at it. Okay. So what we've done so far is we've put in a network applet. We've changed the start to Whisker Menu. We've removed the icons from the desktop. And we've also changed our background. Okay. So the most important thing that you want to do now is you want a custom icons and you want custom theme. And the way to do that is, let's go back to our browser, and there are custom themes that are listed as part of the Debian packages that you can just download from command line. Okay, sorry, I'm kind of losing my train of thought. Okay, so what I want to do though is show you. Let me go ahead and go back to this and then say I want appearance, and I want to open Window Manager. Okay. So, and let's go ahead and open this. This is Thunar. And so you can actually see how this gets changed when we change the style and the fonts. So the style would be a theme, okay? Windows Manager is something that you kind of want to keep coincide it with the theme. These are GTK themes, okay? And as far as icons are concerned, you can change those as well here. So I'm going to go ahead and click on that. Ooh, look at, and there's the newest Advaita. So you can see that the icons changed right away. and I want to go to dark, let's say, and it changed everything that you see. Now, while I'm doing this, I want to go ahead and show you the button layout in Window Manager. So you notice this is very Windows-esque. The close is there, the maximize is next to it, and the minimize is next to that. You don't have to have that there. So let's just say you want to move your close button all the way to the front. There it is. And because I think that Mac uses something similar, so they can go like this and this. And if you want it that way, then by all means, this is something that can be easily done. I don't, but you get the idea. You can change where the position of your button layout on your window is just by changing the location. And you can also say, okay, I don't want the minimize. I can put it down here and it becomes hidden. So there you go. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and close these, but leave this open. And I'm going to go back to the by the way, let's do this because I want to show you that it did change something. So if I go to Preferences, I'm going to go to the Appearance or Colors rather, and I'm going to go Use Theme, and there you go. So before, like if I had, so let me go ahead and do that actually. I'm going to close this and go back to, let me just open it. And I'm going to go here to Appearance, Recently Used, Appearance. If I go back to this, notice that the terminal takes on the color scheme of Advaita, but not Advaita Dark. So Advaita Dark is probably better when you're talking about a lot of things actually. So with Appearance as well as the file manager and everything. So let's get some new ones. How about? Okay. So if I go over to the website for Debian and look at under the package names, and I do an icon theme, for example, there's Advaita icon theme, and it's already pre-installed. And there's Faba icon theme, but I want to go ahead and install something that's a little bit more, that's very popular and very very good in terms of its kind of modern feel. So like right here, you can see Bookworm, Papyrus icon. The last time it was updated was this month, in fact. So let's go ahead and install that, okay? I'm going to open up a terminal and say sudo apt install Papyrus icon theme. All right, it's taking just a little bit of a time, but there it goes. It might be bigger than I thought it was. And there you go. Okay. And why don't we do, I don't know, one more. Numix is a very popular one. Mocha I like quite a bit. It doesn't really hurt to do any, a couple of these, in fact. So let's go and say sudo apt install Mocha. Watch this, by the way. I can like hit, and I just hit the tab key. It actually knows Mocha icon theme as part of the repository at Debian. So I'm going to go ahead and install. And we'll do another one too. sudo apt install Numix icon theme. And so we know also that there's GTK themes. And so let's do this. Let's do it's actually right here. Adapta, GTK theme, Blackbird, Bluebird, Breeze, and so on. But then there's one that that you should definitely give it a try, and that is sudo apt install arc theme. And there you go. And then let's go ahead and get another one. Oh, since we got Numix, let's go ahead and get the Numix GTK theme as well. So sudo apt install Numix GTK theme, and see if there's any other ones we want to get while I'm right here. Let's go with Graybird too. Graybird GTK theme. Okay, both of them install pretty quickly. All right, let's go back over to here, and I'm going to go ahead and close this and do what we did before. So I'm going to go with appearance, recently used appearance. Okay, and window manager, and let's open up our Thunar so we can take a look and see how it works, like right from the beginning. So like I said, there's arc, arc dark, arc darker, and so on, and then there's the icons. All right, so you can play with this. Let's go with arc by itself. Okay, and arc, and let's change the icons to Mocha. And so there you go. You can change anything you want here, and it makes it, you know, you can even, it changes the icons here within the Whisker browser. So let's go ahead and do the Numix that we looked at before. Okay, Numix style, and then Numix. And then as far as icons are concerned, and then style, let's go to Numix. How about we just kind of keep it consistent throughout? And there you go. We can look at the icons that have changed within the Whisker menu, and you have an opportunity to play with this as much as you want. So like I like the Papyrus Dark theme, okay, and I also like the Arc Dark, as well as the Arc Dark here. And it just, you know, it's all personal preference. Notice that the icons up here changed as well, and these changed as well. So this is completely up to you, the way you do this. Let me go ahead and show you also. Let's go to properties on this, and I want to change one more thing. Or two more things actually. Let's go to this, and we don't want this maybe Whisker menu icon. Maybe you want something that's Debian related. Okay, and so I'm going to click on that, and there's the Debian logo. And as far as this is concerned, I want to see my name up here. Maybe I just want a maybe I just want a button that does this, because when I click on this, by the way, it allows me to restart and log out and so on. Maybe I just want a button. So let's go to properties on my name and click on action buttons. Okay, notice all the action buttons. So let's go ahead and just remove all of these except one, which is log out. Okay, and there you go. You can close that, and when I click on this, I can still log out, restart, shut down, and so on and so forth. So cancel. So there's a button instead of your name. All right. So what we're doing now is we're going to fine tune some stuff. But I'm 25 minutes in, so if we want to do continued ricing, maybe we should do this in another video. But for right now, I don't need this. So the way to do that is to go to Panel, Panel Preferences, and this is called Panel 2. Maybe I want that, maybe I don't, but let's go ahead and remove it. And so I have a nice clean desktop. If I want to also move this to the bottom. Oh, hit the wrong one, sorry. Panel Preferences, and I can unlock the panel, and I can click on this and just drag it to the bottom, and then lock it back, and there you go. So this is a way to get your XFCE more modern looking. All right, well let's go with that for now. All right, thank you.